Hello everyone, my name is Prosper Odono from Pokans Institute of Craft and Creative Arts. In this tutorial, I want to teach you how to make a Canadian smoking design, and the name is basket weave braid. So let's get to the business of the day. You get your fabric. These are my fabric, and you iron your fabric very well. Steam iron them. This is my fabric, well ironed. Okay, these are my fabric, well ironed. You can see very straight. And you need a kind of a soft material, So satin or silk material are the best for Canadian smoking design. These are my fabrics, and they are satin fabrics. So then you need your ruler. Okay, you need your ruler, long one will help. If you have any other, if you have a grid ruler, you can use them. This is the one I'm using, very long one. Then I'm also using this scissors. We call it zigzag scissors, but it's also called picky scissors, so that we use it to trim the edge so that the threads will not be pulling out on me. So you also need your tape rule to measure. So you also need your thread and needle. Okay, you need your marking pen, then you need your regular scissors. So I think those are what we needed for a start. So the next thing, setting these ones aside, the fabrics aside, I've mentioned that your fabrics should be well ironed. So the next thing you are going to do is to draw your grid. So this is my pattern. So I'm going to draw my grid on the pattern. So the first thing you are going to do is to draw your pattern one inch. Pick it, mark it with your long ruler, 1 inch. And the fabric, the pattern of measurement, the fabric you should use, if the inches that you need, that is the measurement you need for what you want to use it for. For example, pillow, we use it for throw pillow. For throw pillow is 16. So what I do is just double the size, because by the time you finish smoking it, it will, that is when you finish stitching it must surely shrink, so it will reduce. So to be on the safer side, when you want to do it, use double the measurements you wanted originally. For example, for throw pillow 16, we use 16 by 16. So if I want to do 16 by 16, I use 32 inches. Then I add 4 inch. That is extra 4 inch. That is it. So if you want to use it for anything, first of all, to be on the safer side, you have 4 inch. Leave 4 inch aside at the 4 edges, the 4 corners of the fabric. Leave 4 inches. You leave 4 inches down here, the side here, up here, side here. That is what you do. That is this 4 inches. You leave 4 inches down. So when you want to start, you start from above 4 or 3 or 2. Me, I use 4, so that it's better I cut it out that is not up to. So I add that 4 inches so that you see what extra material to play around with. So that is it about the measurement. So you use double the measurement of what you want to achieve at the end of it. So the next thing is to draw your grid 1 inch. So you are going to mark it. So I've already drawn it. You mark out. You have to be very straight. So that is it to get the best results. So you mark it out 1 inch, 1 inch, like that. So each box is an inch. So each box like this is 1 inch. This is how I marked it down in this particular one. So that is what I use. So the next thing you want to do is basket design. Is you leave, I hope you are seeing me. You leave the first, after marking your 1 inch box this way, then the next thing is to mark it. So now you leave the box, the first box, this, we are going this way, you leave your first box you mark it this way. From up here this way, slant like this, you mark it slantly like this. Then you leave the next box, you mark this one again, leave the next box, mark this one, leave the next box and mark this one. This one I don't supposed to, because this is my, let's assume it's my 4 inches or 2 inches. That is 2 inches this way, 2 inches this way, or 4 inches this way, 4 or 3. You can use 3, whatever you want to use. Then the next line, you start from this one. That is, each stripe you want to make, the slant you want to make, each one you have to leave. There should be a space up side corner, so there should be a space surrounding it. So that is how I got this. So you just have to look at it very well, study it very well. From up down here, slant this way, you see it. From top down this way, okay. Then you do same to all. You do it this way. Then the second line, you go this way, okay. You go this way, you go this way. So if you count them, okay, let me just leave that one to take our time. Let me just so that is how I got this one. That is how I got this one. Check it very well. It's very important. This way, this way, this way. Then the next one, you cross it, slant it the other way around. In shorthand, they will say Ray, Che, and Ray. So that is how you go about it. So this is how to draw your pattern. So now you are going to transfer this pattern to your fabric. And when you want to transfer it to your fabric, you have to be sure that the pen or whatever you are using, it's better you use a friction pen, that when you, after you finish drawing it, when you iron it, it will wipe up all the stain. But since we can't get it here, there is a pen we use for sewing bag making, and that one will also stain it. But you can use your tailor chalk. If your tailor chalk, you just make sure that it's straight well, you know, that you can use it. So that is the next thing. So you mark this, transfer it into your fabric. So the next thing, the next step now is how to stitch it. Okay. So the good thing about this particular pattern is you are working from the back. So even as a learner, it won't be difficult for you. So no matter how, if you mark it, it won't be seen at the front of your fabric. So this one is very nice because you are working from the back. So you are okay, you are safe to draw your grid on your pattern, on your material, on your fabric. So that is it. So because you are working from the back, no problem. So you can draw it from the back. The drawing is from the back, not the front. You are going to make use of the back. So this is it. Okay, so I place my ruler and I mark out the first one. So I now place my ruler this way. I hope you are seeing it. Okay. Okay. So I place it this way. What I do is just you have to make sure that it's well stretching so that it will not skew. If it does, you will not get the right measurement and it will not come out well. You know, some people, they've tried making it and it didn't come out well because it's not smooth. So you need a very smooth. I know now that I've adjusted it, this one will give me another line. So I'll work with this particular line now that I'm, you see. So now, so what I do, I start from there, okay, putting dots 1 inch, okay, dot 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. So it's not an easy thing to do. Okay, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. Okay, so that is how you are going to mark it and connect it. So okay, see my 1 inch point there. So that is it. So let me continue. You self continue